Warning: the following may contain material that could cause hurt feelings or emotional stress. Please do not proceed if you get butt hurt easily or have a heart condition brought on by sudden guitar snob syndrome. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, welcome to Fulton Street Beats. No, I'm not. This is not my normal attire. I've been working on the Stevie Ray Vaughan clone. And as you can see on the front there, I've got an actual Fender trem in it, left-handed. That's right. And when I started this project, putting this trem in, I didn't know how much I was biting off. I simply thought I was going to notch out a little bit to the opposite side and drop it in. Turns out that the block is much, much thicker on the Fender and on this one. This is actually a Glarry Strat, but it plays nice. And I'm hoping when we're done it's going to play even better. So this thing weighs hardly nothing, where the Fender bridge weighs significantly more. And I actually didn't have to buy the arm because I just simply rethreaded this one. I cut new threads and put the trim from this in it because this is just a project. It's never going to be a real Fender, and I'm just trying to make a tribute style guitar. So I got it all notched out. I got it in, and not only did I have to lengthen this way, that way, the route out for the trim, I actually had to lengthen it this way also, up and down. I had to go to the back. And then I found out that this guitar is made, once I got in there, is made of 3 plies of wood, 1, 2, 3, sandwiched together. It's a heavy guitar, it really is. I mean, 8 pounds, a little over, I think. But that was our next step, our next phase on this build, and frankly, the one that I was most worried about. Now I'm on the search for a neck for this, and not that this neck doesn't play right, because this neck plays beautiful. But I need the proper rosewood fretboard, and I would like the proper Fender look to the headstock, although this headstock does have a Fender logo on it. It is not the proper shape. So I'm looking for a neck right now. And if you guys have watched The Bald Shredder, awesome channel. If you haven't checked his channel out, go there, here. I really enjoy his comment, and man, can this guy rip. And he does a lot of budget guitars too, and he really shows what a budget guitar can be capable of. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. And he's got some music out too, if you want to check that out. And he seems like a really nice guy. Anyhow, he had a company that sent him kind of a flawed neck, and that company, forget what it was and who it was now, turned around and sent him owned up and sent him a upgraded neck for free. And I think refunded him the money for the first neck. And I really want to go with that company that he went with, because that company had so much character to do something like that. The CEO actually got involved and made it right. But the problem is I don't think I can find the proper fret board with that company. At least I don't see them. So correct me if I'm wrong. Bald Shredder, if you're watching. If you know where I can get that neck, let me know. Anyhow, so that's it as far as the Strat goes. And to me, this is the biggest thing. You got to have a left-handed trem on a Stevie Ray Vaughan build. And I know a lot of people are saying, but it's not gold. Well, Stevie Ray Vaughan's left-handed trem was not originally gold. It was changed to a gold one later on. So if you look back at some of the older pictures of the old number 1, it was silver first, just like this. But we might put some more gold highlights on it. Got a little bit more sanding to do in the back here, where it's routed out to make it a little prettier, because we're going to leave the back off, of course, because now that it is routed out, the back will have, if we put the plate on over the back, it's going to have a big gap on one side anyhow. So that's why plate's off. Now, let's talk about something cool. There's a lot of you guys out there who love Firefly guitars, as do I. My first experience with a Firefly guitar was a hollow body, semi-hollow, and it was a Blueberry Burst, and I upgraded it. Did a lot of upgrades to it. Geiger lot, beautiful, top of the line Geiger locking tuners, and new pickup surrounds, and a new pick guard, and I even put a vibrato on it, a Bigsby clone vibrato that worked amazingly, and a roller bridge. And I do have some videos out about that. I re-uploaded one on the Bigsby style bridge just recently. I think it's the last video back. I made the mistake of uploading it on a Thursday. There's never viewers on a Thursday. I don't know why. Anyhow, it's up there if you guys want to see how to install a vibrato on a semi-hollow guitar such as a 335 or 338. Anyhow, I need another guitar. I got rid of that Firefly, and I'm sorry that I did. So I'm at Guitars Garden, and those of you who don't know, Guitars Garden is who makes Firefly guitars. I'm at their site right now. I emailed them the other day. I had some questions because I'm going to be reviewing some more of their guitars. And sometimes I like to give a company a heads up. Hey, I'm going to be reviewing some of your guitars. Is there anything I should know? And I asked a few questions, and they haven't responded. So I don't like that because I'm purchasing a guitar and I have questions. I kind of want them answered, but nobody's answered me. And I was interested initially in one of their V guitars and, a Les Paul. But an LP. Let's say an LP style guitar. Let's say Les Paul. It's a Les Paul style guitar. I'm going to call it a Les Paul. We'll make Gibson mad. The diehards. We'll make them mad. Anyhow, but I just went to their website, and I'm going to do this right while I'm with you right now. So I'm going to show you a picture here, or here, one side or the other, of what I'm looking at. Okay, Firefly 338. Now, if you look at this thing, look at this guitar. Beautiful. So this is a new semi-hollow. It is red with a racing stripe. How cool is that? I mean, it just, I don't know why. It reminds me of when Gibson came out with those like Corvette guitars. That's what it reminds me of. And who knows, maybe we'll do something with that. Anyhow, it's got a clear pick guard on it, so it does not take away from the aesthetics of the racing stripe of the guitar, which I thought was very, very clever. Very clever. And the finish appears to be outstanding. Well, so let's do this. Let's order this. So it's $199.91. Land that to the cart. And then let me go into my account. There we go. Okay. There's that. It's in stock. And my credit card is stored in there already, but I do need my security code. Let's forget. There's that. And boom. There we go. So they make you go through PayPal to order, but you don't have to go. You go to PayPal, but you can check out as a guest. You don't have to have a PayPal account or anything. So just so you know. So that's done. Now my order number. There's the ding for the confirmation, and the total on this guitar is $226.91. Have you ever seen Firefly's hollow bodies? This is $226.91, and they've went up. But I know this guitar is going to be awesome, and if it's not, I'm going to tell you because we're going to unbox it live, and maybe not live, but we're going to unbox it and we'll do a review. But this guitar is awesome. I mean, it's awesome looking. I've checked it out previously. I don't know what they say about it. Let's see what they say. And if you guys have I'm sure you guys have seen Guitar Max in where he reviews some of these guitars. He's another guy can rip too. But these are just very cool guitars. They don't, and the funny thing is, they don't really give a lot of information on these guitars, which is a shame But it says Firefly. They call it brown color, but it's like a red. Hollow, semi-hollow guitar, beautiful color, twin humbuckers for rockin' power sound. 2 volumes, 2 tones, set-in neck, separate adjustable bridge and tail pace, right hand, nickel strings, and a bone nut. And they don't hype it up. They definitely don't hype it up. But when you get them, at least my experience with Firefly, were the 2 that I've had. One was a Les Paul style. The 2 that I've had, they're really nice guitars. And when I say nice, I mean back when they come out and I said, hey, this, you can compare this to a Gibson. And everybody goes, you can't ever compare that to a Gibson. You can't compare that to a Gibson. That's a Gibson. They've been around Gibson. I can compare it to a Gibson. The fit and finish, and I'm not talking about the pickup quality, of course not. But they may have upgraded them. I don't know. But as far as the things such as your bridge, your tuner, your saddle, and your fit and finish, and your neck straightness, and all that, yes, they're on par with a Gibson. There, I said it. Maybe you got a bad one back when they first came out or whatever. But these guitars have come a long ways. Ask anybody who has one that has bought one recently. They've come a long ways. And yes, you are bound to have a bad one once in a while. As a matter of fact, we've all had bad Gibsons if we're really into guitars, even though we don't like to admit it. And by the way, Gibson's starting to lose their lawsuits against all these companies. These judges are finding out that Gibson thinks they own the rights to all guitars and all guitar shapes and designs and whatever. And the judges are starting to say, wait, whoa, hold on. As long as they're not infringing on your name, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, art is in the eye of the beholder. I am allowed to build anything that I want in any shape that I see fit and put my name on it. Now, counterfeits are a different story, of course. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Imitation's the best form of flattery. And these people who buy the imitation guitars, like from China, your Gibsons, they definitely want the real one. They like the looks of the Gibson, and a lot of times they'll go out and buy a Gibson later on when they get the money, but they want that kind of look and prestige. If they're playing out, maybe it's a kid and he's his first gig and he's out playing and he wants people to say, hey, look, man, he's got a beautiful Gibson and this sounds the part and it looks good. And then one day he gets a Gibson. What's the problem with that? It's unethical. Well, who died and made everybody else ethics bosses in the guitar world? I assure you, in the world today, there's much, much more to worry about other than a logo on a headstock that is from a company who is way out of touch with reality and prices. If anybody believes a guitar is worth $6,000, well, I'd like to talk to you because I got some shit I'd like to sell you. Seriously. It is a statement. It is a statement to the people who want to be elite that they have the best. And it's Gibson, it's the best. They're not the best. They're not even close to the best. I like Gibson, but they're not even close to. I will take an Ibanez guitar over a Gibson any day. I will take a Jackson guitar over a Gibson any day. ESP. Any of those guitars. They're better. They're better built. And it's not a handcraft. Was it a hand? Yep. You know what? We've lost our way. We think that we're the best at everything. We're not. Let's be humbled and try harder. If you want to be the best, you got to try harder. You can't live off the name and the reputation, and sadly, that's what's happening. And I know I'm making so many people mad. Gibson is the best. And how about this? when they get their old guitars and they get them back and then they sell them again and make 6 times more because it's a Gibson and they redid it. Are you kidding me right now? You just sold me your garage sale Gibson. No. And frankly, I don't get human nature for people who do that. I get you want what you want. You know what I mean? Oh, guitar's got history. It ain't your history. It's somebody else's history. You're just trying to live off their coattails. Call it for what it is here. I know it makes people mad, but that's okay. I'm big boy, take it on the chin. Anyhow, sometimes I like to go off about this stuff because people who are enthusiasts and love things, and I'm a shitty guitar player. I'm the first to admit it. I live in reality, not utopia. But I still enjoy them. Now, I'm a hell of a drummer. Okay, because that's my forte. Since I was 4 years old. But guitars are really new to me when it comes to my passion for them. And I think outside the box. I don't look at things like other people do because I'm not the go along to get along person at all. I'll always think outside the box, and usually things can be improved upon using different ways and different methods that people don't consider the status quo, which is why I like to do things like that and prove people wrong. For instance, putting the left-handed fender trem bridge in a Glarry. It's not going to fit. Well, you make it fit. You have some ingenuity and you make it work. You can make it work. Sure can. And that's how you do it. Sometimes these guitars, when you get done with it, you could have just bought, of course not a Stevie Ray Vaughan one, but you could have just bought a Strat. By the time you get done, probably when I get done with this guitar, I'll have more money in it. It probably won't be more money, but it'll be up there. Because that's what I do. I mean, I get done, I'm like, oh, we got to get these pickups, kind of like I did with the Gem back here. There's over $1,000 in that Gem. I built it. It's from Guitar Kit World. I built it. I put the best of everything that I could in it. But I'm still way less than what I could buy a Ibanez for. A legit Ibanez. Way less. And you know what? There's no screw-ups on it. If there was a screw-up, I did it. I can't blame somebody else. I can't blame Ibanez. I would have did it. But that's why it's built to perfection. Because I did it. And that's cool. And if you can do that, fine. And if you can't, fine. The reason I'm talking about all this stuff is this. Firefly guitars do guitars very well and economically. And if you take this $199.91 guitar, $127, I think was shipping, I think it was. And okay, body wise, fit, you don't have to do nothing to this guitar. And it's gonna sound good. But here's the catch. So people go out and they say, I'm gonna buy all these pickups. And you can do that. You can put whatever pickups you want in it, whatever electronics you want in it. Of course you can. And still be way under, not even close to the price of a Gibson, and have in reality, in the real world, in the world of a functional playing guitar that looks amazing, cover up the headstock, don't see a logo, just as good or better than any Gibson with slight modification. That is a fact. That is a fact. Well, mine, where was that? Hand built in the USA. No, I don't care where it's built. People are people. People build things. We got to get over that. Well, it wasn't built. Okay, but real people work for these places, even if it's slave labor. There's people doing it. It's got to count for something. Obviously, there's a little pride because it's a beautiful guitar. They make beautiful guitars. And they have to skimp someplace, probably in the electronics department, but obviously their craftsmanship is on par. Now, $199.91, put some new pickups in it. Do whatever you want. Or better yet, because I know these speakers sound good, you might get some microphonic feedback, and I'm not even sure if that's the case anymore. But if you do, wax pot your pickups. That's what I did with the LP behind me. I wax potted the pickups and pulled it right in front of the amp now. There's no feedback. Talking to them, there's nothing. It doesn't pick up anything. Wax potted. Simple. And I didn't even do that the standard way, like people put them in a pot of wax. I didn't even do it that way. I did it a whole different way because it was easier, it made sense to me, and it works, and that's the key. So my point is, and all the people that watch this channel know already, it's budget. We want things we want the best we can get for the least we can spend, because let's face it, times are tough out there, and people in the real world don't have $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, or let alone $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 to throw away on a guitar. If you're paying you're paying that much for a guitar, man, you better have a really good playing gig that pays all of the bills and puts your kids through college. That's the reality. It's the reality of it. Would I like to own every guitar in the world? Hell yes. Is it fathomable? Nope. But what's nice is I get to have many things come through the studio that's what a lot of these channels do, such as the Bald Shredder and Guitar Max, and these guys are really good guitar players, and I'm sure they have lots of sources of other revenue, stuff like this. I don't do this for revenue, but these guys are awesome. They're awesome at it. I love their content. I love what they do. There's even some new channels out there that I just watch because it's real. It's like real content. They're not trying to pull fast ones. They're giving you honest reviews. Is this good? Yeah. Is this bad? No, this is not good. They got great production. Some of them have some don't have some great, and a lot of the channels that don't have great production I love just as much because it's so raw and unscripted. And that's the thing about this channel. It's never scripted. I don't jot down anything before I come in front of you. I don't write anything. And sometimes I get done and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have said that, or I wish I hadn't have said that. Probably after this one. So I'll get. It's real. And that's where I live. And this channel doesn't make any money. So I don't have any paid or placed promotions. If I do a review, it's a review for you guys, and it's my experience with a particular product. And that doesn't mean that is what you're going to get and your experience is going to be, because everything is different. Like, how many times have you read these horrible reviews? You go to Amazon and you order something and you'll read like all these positive reviews, and then you'll see this bad review. Horrible, stay away, this is junk. And then you don't buy it because of this one review. Well, the reality is they're probably pretty good, because most of the reviews, now this can work both ways, and most of the reviews were good. Or you can have it the opposite way. So if you're buying an adult guitar, and it's got mostly good reviews, you're probably going to get a good one, unless you are a nitpicker and you get that guitar just to nitpick apart. Because you can nitpick apart the best of anything. You could nitpick apart a Ferrari if you want to. That stitch isn't right in the seat. Right?
There is definitely a little scratch right there.
Think about it.
I can guarantee it.
That plating's not quite right. So many things you could nitpick. Oh no, there's a bit of orange peel right there. So much. You can do the same thing with anything. But now, when you move into different realms like children's guitars, a lot of parents that buy children's guitars, yes, we're all over the place today. A lot of people who buy children's guitars for their kids, their parents don't play. They don't know what they're looking at, which means you could have, 500 awesome reviews, and you go, that's going to be a good guitar, which was the case with the little pink zany guitar. Awesome reviews. Parents love that guitar because they handed it to their kid, and the kid loved that guitar. You got to understand, the kid didn't know how to play a lick. It's probably just going to get beat around and banged up, and the parents were happy that the kid was happy. But if the parent knew about guitars when it arrived, they'd quickly go, whoa, there's no truss rod adjustment. Whoa, these pickups have no output, or this pickup has no output. Whoa, these strings feel like barbed wire. Whoa, these frets are going to shred your hands. I mean, things like that. Oh my God, the tuners are like, cranking a winch. Stuff like that. But they got great reviews because, well, the kids liked them and they were the right size and it was a step above a toy. And I made that mistake. And then I bought the Mitchell MM100 short scale guitar, which was proof that a sub $100 short scale can be amazing. As a matter of fact, a $79 short scale guitar that realistically sounds amazing and is super fun to play. And my daughter gets mad at me because I'm always playing it. Dad, that's my guitar. Well, what do you want to do to it? Dad, nothing. You sure you don't want to do new tuners? Dad, they work great. You're right, they do work great. But how about something cool? How about something gold? No, Dad. Want to put new pickups in it? No, Dad. They sound great. They do sound great. But you want something more fancy? When I go active, I go. So I'm just as big of a kid as she is when it comes to that stuff because I like modifying things. Is case in point. So anyhow, Firefly guitar. I like their guitars. Customer service, I have no clue. I'm not impressed with them not getting back a hold of me. I'm not impressed with that. So we'll get that out of the way. I like their guitars. I wish they would email me back. I put it out there. I want to buy a few of their guitars and review some. So you think they would at least email back and say, hey, cool, this is what this is, and I can recommend, whatever. Get a conversation going so I can find out more information, because when you go to their website and this is all I got. Because if they had something else coming out soon, maybe I would hold off. Because what I would really like Firefly to do is come out with a white LP style guitar with the black binding and all that. Kind of Randy Rhoads style. That's what I really want. And I can't find an inexpensive, reasonable LP style guitar in white. I can't. You paint it white, price goes up. I don't understand. But yeah, we got this cool Firefly red with a racing stripe and a clear pick guard. That is awesome. I love the sound of semi-hollows anyhow. Do you ever guys notice, like, no matter what you grab, like, if I grab this Strat, got to play the blues. I don't want to hear any other tone through it. I want to play the blues. And it makes you play the blues better. You grab the gem, you got to be doing all these kind of weird whammy bar stuff and trying to pull off a really bad imitation of Steve Vai. That's what I tried to do. And then you grab the Les Paul and you just want to make it squeal and sound, you want to Jimmy Page it up. You know what I mean? Not real squeal. Jimmy Page or Zach Wild it up. And then you grab the Jackson Rhodes, and that's just a shredding machine. You just want to chug, drop C, whatever, maybe lower till the strings fall off, and chug on it. I mean, you just want to chug it. And it's, they all do those well, which is funny, because maybe it's psychosomatic. I figured out maybe it's, probably could do that with any of them. Well, except for the Gem. The Gem is definitely inside of the box guitar. It does what it does really well. It produces the sounds that it produces really well, but it's really confined to the sounds you get out of those Dark Matter 2 pickups that were so bloody expensive. The other ones, I mean, let's face it, a good humbucker, that's where Gibson has it, the sounds of their humbuckers. Let's face it, the old Gibson SG, one of the best sounding guitars in the world, pretty versatile, does just about anything you want it to do, including make you sound like Angus Young. Well, makes you want to sound like Angus Young. Because, why, he may sound easy. Yeah, he's a tough act to follow. Because the feel in his playing is just, yeah, it's hard to get that. But I'm digressing. So listen, I'm going to go through here real quick. So we got the Firefly 338. And I remember back, they used to advertise some of these as 335s, but I think they were the exact same. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a marketing campaign. I'm not sure. So then we got we have the Firefly LPS. And I was looking at one of these. Now, the price is on. They have a promotion right now in a sunburst one online. I'll put a picture. Sunburst for $179.96. Now, when I say $179.96, listen, I say entry-level guitar. These aren't entry-level guitars. These can be professional guitars. If you're a guitar player and you get one of these, yes, you can take it and gig out, period. End of discussion. So then there's Step Up. I say Step Up. They got other colors that are $189.99. And then you can get the one with the triple humbucker, $199.96. Beautiful guitar. It's like a gray burst. Every one of their guitars finishes are simply beautiful. And they got a bunch of varieties here. And I think the $199 might be the highest priced one that they got as far as the LPs go, which is really good. Yep. Okay. Then we can go to, you ready? They got the Flying V's now. That is right. And then they have your Explorer style guitars too, but then they have the Flying V's. There was a bunch of these. I was going to, actually, this is what I was messaging them about, because I wanted one, but I wanted one with a string pass-through, and they had one on there, and I just had some questions on it before I bought it. And now I look, there's 2 V's left, and they're both saddle, string through saddle design and not through the body. And that's sad because I wanted one, and now they're all gone, and I would have bought one if I just had a little bit more information on them, because they don't give much information. They look great. Guitar Maxes did a video on one and it looked fantastic, but I don't want a saddle on my Flying V. I want it to pass through the body like my Jackson V does. But by the way, they have 2 left. One's a gray burst, one is a green burst. They're both beautiful guitars. Very beautiful looking Vs, and they're $249.91. Then they have the Aerosonic, which is $249.91, and that is a semi-hollow body LP style guitar. Also very beautiful. That was going to be an option. Then they have this one, the Pegasus, and they don't have that in stock, but I've seen those. I went to Reverb and saw, and they got an inlaid vine on the neck, and they looked really, really good. But their prices are great. And what I found out about Guitars Garden, Firefly, is like if they don't have it, keep looking, because they might just pop up like that once in a while. So far, I've been impressed with Firefly guitars. I wish they would just return emails. And if they had a phone number, I would have called them, but I don't see any. I got contact information here, and it says Canyon Road, City of Industry, California, but I'm not sure if their guitars actually come from California. I mean, we know they're coming from overseas, obviously, but I'm not sure if they have these in stock in California. They don't give a lot of information as far as that, as far as shipping goes. So let's go to that and see what they say. I'll read it to you so you know. This is, please confirm your shipping address. We're not responsible for items that couldn't be delivered to the wrong address, of course. Let's see. The order shouldn't been canceled. They don't refund order. I say has been in blah blah blah. This is just semantics I'm reading right now. Order handle time is 5 to 10 days. So, okay, that's the handle time. That mean they're going to ship it on the 11th day? I don't know. That's after your payment. Your item should be shipped via UPS or FedEx, and we will email you the status and tracking information for your orders. UPS FedEx tracking shows delivered. It indicates that the order has been delivered successfully. They do not refund if the package was rejected. They're not responsible for loss of the order of a delivery. Okay, so pretty standard stuff. However, it's very like their whole site, and this is the downfall when it comes to Guitar Garden website. There's not a lot of information about anything, which is why I reached out and asked the questions. Do I trust the site? Yeah, I do, because people buy from them all the time. I know I'm going to get my item. However, I just wish they had more information. Let's go to their facts page. Question. I made an order. When will it ship to me? And then it says, we will arrange the item, arrange the ship. We will arrange to ship the item to you in 8 days. So that contradicts the other page, which says the handling time is can be up to 10 days. So, question B. I got the tracking number. When will the tracking information be updated? In the peak sales season, the scam time may be updated in 6 days. Please wait patiently. If there's no updated information within 8 days, contact me. Thanks. So, I don't know. Anyhow, that's the source of their guitars and their webpage. I mean, the webpage, you can see all the guitars, and they look good. The pictures look great. And what's funny about Firefly guitars, if you think the pictures look good, wait till you get the guitar in your hands. Because, brother, they do look that good, and they're built nice. At least the examples I have been. Most people's have been. So anyhow, I am going to bid you adieu, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you didn't get too mad about my rant on expensive guitars, and I got nothing against expensive guitars. I just don't believe that they're that far superior than a lot of other guitars that are budget-friendly. And if you really want the best guitar you can possibly have for the money, build your own. And if something screws up, you got nobody to blame but yourself. And it's honestly a really good learning experience, and you might just find yourself enjoying it and doing more and more and more. And can I recommend somebody? If you are going to build your own guitar or even guitar kit, go to Guitar Kit World, because they simply rock. And that's just it. Now, sometimes they're out of stuff. And that's awesome. BYO also makes a awesome guitar kit. Although, if full disclosure, they were going to send me some pickups for a guitar. Emailed, we're going to send you these pickups to test, and they got mad, I think, because they never got back a hold of me or returned any of my emails and just kind of cut me off. Because we had a gem shootout where we had 3 gem-style guitars, and there has to be kind of a winner, even though I said it's not really a winner. I just liked one was more my style. I think they were both awesome guitars. I mean, I built them. If there was a problem, it'd be on me. They were both equal quality. A few differences on each side here and there, but in general, they were both equal quality. BYO and Guitar Kit World were both fantastic. The difference was Guitar Kit World was really happy that the BYO kit was awesome and complimented them and said, your kits are awesome. We like your kit too. But apparently they just kind of shut me off because, well, Guitar Kit World in my eyes came out a little smidgen ahead. And that's the reality of things, you know, in life. We all don't get awards in real life. That's the problem, right? We don't all get awards. There's one winner. What'd Ricky Bobby say? If you ain't first, you're last. If you ain't first, you're last. And that's funny because I used to laugh at that statement. People say, it makes no sense. It makes a lot of sense. You didn't win? You didn't win. Sorry, BYO, you did win. But you may live to fight another day, because although you may be mad at me, I probably still will buy from you because you do have an awesome product. And on that note, guys, peace out. I will be talking to you soon. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And remember that rock and roll is what makes the world go round. Bye, guys. Bye.
Shall we begin?